The year is 1919. Germany has lost the First World War. The Kaiser has abdicated and the monarchy has collapsed. The country finds itself in chaos. The streets are full of angry people, strikes, armed groups, and veterans returning home to a world they no longer recognize. The monarchy they fought for is gone, and in its place stands a democratic republic, but this same government will soon turn to paramilitary veteran units to suppress revolution. In today's video, we're looking at the Freikorps, volunteer paramilitary units that formed after the First World War. At first glance, they look like the men who saved Germany from chaos. The reality is far more complicated. They helped the young republic survive its earliest and most fragile phase, but at the same time, they helped radicalize German politics and normalize political violence for years to come. After the First World War, the country was exhausted, the economy in ruins, and society deeply divided. Strikes swept through the cities, workers' councils sprang up, and extremist ideologies gained ground. At the same time, the Bolshevik Revolution in Russia had triggered a civil war, and many feared a similar scenario unfolding in Germany. The Weimar Republic feared revolution, but lacked the resources to stop one. Into that gap came one simple, tempting solution: the Freikorps. This wasn't a single organization under one commander. It was a patchwork of volunteer veteran units, often built around a particular officer or region. The motives of individual members varied widely too. Some wanted to restore order, others wanted to fight communism, and some simply wanted to avoid returning to civilian life. In 1919, armed clashes broke out in Berlin between the Freikorps and the radical left. The separatist uprising, led by Rosa Luxemburg and Karl Liebknecht, became the symbol of these communist revolts. To restore order, the Weimar government deployed both its own state forces and the Freikorps, who proved decisive in crushing the uprising. After the separatist revolt was suppressed, both of its leaders were arrested and murdered. The situation in Berlin stabilized temporarily until March 1919 when fighting broke out again. But the violence wasn't limited to Berlin. In April 1919, a Bavarian Soviet Republic was declared in Munich. It began as a project of anarchist and socialist groups, but within just 6 days, power was seized by the German Communist Party, under which the population endured harsh conditions, executions, and food shortages. Government troops, together with the Freikorps, were sent into Bavaria, surrounding Munich and capturing the city in early May 1919, bringing the Soviet Republic to an end. That same year, 2 Freikorps divisions also moved into Latvia and Estonia, where, alongside Britain, they helped local governments fight for independence against the Bolsheviks. In May, they helped liberate Riga, but cooperation between the Freikorps and Baltic forces soon began to break down. Many Freikorps commanders weren't just fighting the Bolsheviks, they also wanted to preserve German influence in the Baltics, putting them on a collision course with Estonian and Latvian forces, who defeated them at the Battle of Šesis in June. After that defeat, international pressure mounted, and German forces were gradually forced to withdraw. Meanwhile, the situation inside Germany began to stabilize, and the Freikorps was steadily losing its purpose, threatening it with dissolution. That's why, in 1920, some Freikorps units attempted to overthrow the government, an event later known as the Kapp Putsch. They managed to seize Berlin and take power, while the legitimate government fled the city. But the coup collapsed within days. It never gained enough support, and a general strike ultimately broke it. After the Kapp Putsch and under pressure from the Treaty of Versailles, the government began gradually dissolving the Freikorps, transferring their duties to the army and police. But their legacy endured. They had helped embed paramilitarism, violence, and distrust of the Republic into German politics. Several former members, among them Ernst Röhm, Martin Bormann, and Reinhard Heydrich, went on to become prominent Nazi figures, revealing the direct link between the post-war militias and the rise of the Nazi movement. The Freikorps emerged as a product of the chaos following the First World War, but their influence showed just how quickly violence and political crises can reshape a country's entire future.